why do social justice warriors target Christians? It's quite simple. They're afraid. Progressives and social justice warriors in particular wish to enforce conformity, groupthink, political conformity, social conformity, intellectual conformity. And Christians, well, we are the ones who don't conform. We stick by this Bible thing. But it's more than just being the awkward squad. They realise that Christians are the one real roadblock on their way to the brave new world. Now, we don't face persecution. No one's being thrown to the lions. But jobs can be in danger. There's a social stigma now. Evangelical Christians, Bible-believing Christians generally, are the one social group whom it's quite acceptable to scorn, to marginalise, to push out of the public square. All because we believe the Bible. All because they're frightened of us. When you look at the social justice warrior, the whiff of fear becomes a reek. Physical fear, moral fear, psychological fear and intellectual fear. Physically, it's so obvious. You'll find them searching out the one Christian bed and breakfast owner, the one Christian baker, the one Christian florist that they can get to. And then they'll go and they'll make a demand, make a request, purely for the sake of being turned down so that they can have an emotional meltdown and then proceed to try to have the business closed down. But strangely enough, you don't find them doing the same thing with a Muslim, do you? You don't find them trawling the internet for the Muslim B&B or bakery or florist so that they can go and be offended. No, because they realise that doing that might cause violence, threats of violence anyway, perhaps even death threats. And social justice warriors, like all bullies, actually prefer an easy target. Physically, they're cowards. They're also moral cowards. You see, they lack self-control. They're like little children. You know how little children, they want something and they want it now, and if they don't get it now, they'll stamp their little feet and have a tantrum. Well, social justice warriors are pretty much like that. The only problem is that what they want is unbridled sexual license. Not because they're sex obsessed themselves. No, it's because they realise that sex, it can be a tool, the crowbar that they use to prise apart the structure of our society, particularly marriage and the family. And the Bible restricts them. They relish the deadening, boring decadence of modern life. They confuse utter license with freedom. Freedom means responsibility. They confuse indulgence of perversion with liberty. And the Bible restricts them, and they're frightened of that because the Bible bursts their bubble. It unsettles their consciences. People actually telling them that the immoral really is immoral. It's not a lifestyle choice, an alternative way of living. No, immorality is immoral. And that makes them feel bad. And their feelings are so important to them because psychologically they're fearful as well. They're limited. They've got no understanding or concept of the transcendent, of anything above themselves. They're basically self-centered. That's why self-righteous moral indignation is their biggest aim and goal and satisfaction. Virtue signalling, which tells us more about the signaller than the thing being signalled. You see, they're afraid that they are not the good guys that they think they are. Christianity, you see, is a threat to their self-esteem. And it's a threat to their supposed intellectual dominance, because intellectually they are cowards. They're afraid of open, honest, clear debate. That's why they label Christians as Bible-bashing bigots, so they don't need to talk to us. You see, for them, no platform. That's their mantra. That's their fallback position. Safe spaces, which they demand so that they're defended against any idea which might trigger them. And so, in reaction, they scapegoat Christians. We are the heretics who refuse to bow to their orthodoxy. As far as they're concerned, secularism has triumphed. And yet, we're still here. We're still speaking. We're still standing for what we've always stood for. And that really upsets them. You can even see it in Richard Dawkins' niggling books. The sense of exasperation that we won't acknowledge just how right he is. It permeates his work. Intellectually, they actually are rather fragile. And it's important for us, in fact I would say it's vital for us, to realise the nature of the struggle in which we are involved. Because we are fighting for the world into which our children and grandchildren will grow up and live and work and love and have their being. It really matters that we resist the progressives and the social justice warriors, no matter how much they attack us. Only Christianity has the resources to fight them, to resist them, to block their way. Only Christianity has the tradition, the culture, and the spiritual strength to put forward a very real alternative, an alternative which is better for everyone, Christian and non-Christian. That's why we must resist them. And that's why we shall resist them. If you like, make your comments below, click the like button, and if you want more videos, click the subscribe button. Thank you for your patience.